More often than not, most of us see the cost of protecting the climate, preventing or stopping air pollution, as a luxury we can hardly afford. However, stopping air pollution is arguably fast becoming a necessity, not a luxury, whose cost we must all be willing to bear. A large part of the problem in the Philippines is the very backbone of our mass transport system, the traditional, gas-guzzling, air-polluting jeepney. This old and oppressive jeepney transport system is causing ecological, social, and developmental problems. The problems begin with the fact that there are no new jeepneys. Virtually all the jeepneys you see on the street are from 10 to 20 years old. There are more than 70,000 jeepneys in Metro Manila alone, releasing 10 million metric tons of CO2 emissions a year. Another problem that is less apparent is the oppressive wage system, known as the boundary system, that causes poverty by paying jeepney drivers below minimum wage. Since the jeepney is an integral part of public transport, the only option is to modernize it. Enter the electric jeepney. Electric jeepneys or Ejeepneys are energy-efficient, zero-emission vehicles running purely on electricity. Ejeepney operations use modern methods for safety and reliability. However, despite the fact that using Ejeepneys works, electric jeepneys remain a novelty and have yet to reach sufficient numbers in order to make a dent on the country's worsening air pollution index.
Initially, nobody believed it could be done. Nobody believed that electric vehicles could be used for mass public transport. We experienced numerous challenges in establishing the Ejeepneys, from hostile regulatory policies of the government, to doubtful commuters, to traditional financial institutions who were afraid to take a risk in funding the replacement of traditional jeepneys with electric vehicles. We took innovative steps. We had to get creative. With sheer determination, we were able to put it up, and the first electric jeepneys were finally given a public transport franchise by the LTFRB in 2012. Now, we have a viable, working, and sustainable proof of concept in the Electric Jeepney Transport Corporation's Makati Green Route. It has been in operation for the last 8 years. We then established a second franchise route, the FC360, Ejeepney Transport System in Villanueva City, Alabang, Muntinlupa. We now have a validated proof of concept. Electric vehicle technology really works and it is sustainable. We now need to take the next step. We invite you to take it with us.
We formally organized PHUV in 2008 as an advocacy group to push for local manufacturing of vehicles. In the process, we were commissioned to locally design and manufacture an electric jeepney. That was how we got into the electric vehicle industry. But as in most advocacy groups, we had our share of birth pains. There were very limited funding. We wanted to do a lot of things to propagate electric vehicles, but there was very little to go around. The EV industry was faced with these difficulties. Much of the market is still not familiar with electric vehicle technology. There's no government support. There were some fly-by-night importers who gave the industry a bad name by selling disposable electric vehicles. There are no service centers nationwide. Vehicle financing for electric vehicles was not available. But we never gave up. These growing up pains did not deter us. We were determined to put EVs in the radar of the Philippine auto industry. We founded the Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines, or EVAP. EVAP then co-organized the annual Electric Vehicle Summit, bringing together major players in the EV industry. As a matter of fact, most of the existing joint ventures today were forged during these EV summits. We have completed the loop of finding a reliable supplier and an effective transport operator. All we need now is funding from like-minded organizations to take this advocacy further.
We need the help of the private sector to modernize the Philippine public transport system. The idea works. Help us take it one step further. Help us break the glass ceiling. Air is one of nature's equalizers. Rich or poor, whatever your skin color may be, or what religion you may believe in, none of that matters. We all breathe the same air. No one can live in a bubble. You cannot buy a bottle of clean air. There's no escaping air pollution, no escaping climate change. It is for this reason that we must come together and support the electric jeepney initiative. We can no longer wait for our government to realize that our public transport system must change. We must do this on our own. We must take the initiatives ourselves. With your help, we can modernize Philippine public transport, prevent further climate change, and stop air pollution. Help us break the glass ceiling. Adopt an Ejeepney now.